Hey, how you doing? Strike One back again. So, just want to show you something. I was just watching a video earlier, and it's a, PlayStation a PlayStation content creator called Mystic, and he was just showing you the table of how much things are going to be or are. Now, I've not looked for a new PS5 Pro because I don't want one. I've said on my previous videos, I don't want a PS5 Pro. I'm happy with what I've got. I mean, it was a travesty enough, like trying to get a PS5 at the time, and I kind of quit and waited till it had died down. Then I picked up two. I picked up one just after it all calmed down, give it to my brother, because he wanted to give it to his sons, so he gave me the money, whatever. So I've actually bought three PS5s. I've actually bought three. So I bought the one, give it to my brother because he couldn't get hold of one, so I give it to him. I found another one for myself, and then I bought another one. So I've got two PS5s like myself, and obviously the one I give to my brother in the early days. Now, what, like someone said, why would you want to pay now? I mean, what are we in now? 2026, right? For a nearly 5 year, well, 6 year console. Why would you want to pay these prices now? Look, here's the little price table that I've got. So take a look at take a look at these prices. Take a look at these prices. Take a look at these prices, and look at them prices, man. For all right, PS5 Pro. It's not long come out. I don't want one. I don't want one. For that amount of money. Now, you've got to look at it this way. I already own two PS5s. Now, for that little bit more power, again, why should I dip into my pocket to buy a PS5 Pro? Unless the only way, if you look at it this way, if you want to make sense of it, the only way I would be tempted to even have one if they had a really generous exchange, like part exchange, like give us your old machine and we'll give you a PS5 Pro for X amount, like a really fair price, not cheap, but a fair price for your old, like part exchange. I'd probably do that, be interested in that. But then I'm thinking I don't like the disk drive system, how they do this thing with the disk drive. So if you reset, really, I'm just happy with my two PS5s. One in my stream room, one in my upstairs. I'm just happy with my PS5s. You know what I mean? I look at it now because it's just trying to, I don't know, I wouldn't say FOMO, fear of missing out, because obviously they're new, they're going to keep making them, and you'll be able to buy one. PS5 Pro in the future, or a better one when they make a better one. PS6 or whatever. But I'm just happy with what I've got. But for these prices now, and I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but the way the economy is going, and the future, and the oil, and all the stuff that's going on, you know what I'm talking about, right? And especially in America with your healthcare costs, like your insurance, and all these crazy things, what no gamers are really talking about because they don't really want to get into politics. And I get it, but everything is politics now. Everything is politics. Like from the cost of what you pay for your groceries, your food, your, I don't know, just everyday living, your bills, your utilities. So I think it's important for gamers to think that you're not immune to in fact, you're victim to this more because you want the latest gear. You have to spend a lot of money. Now, if you've got money, and if you're a content creator, what you've got to understand is as well, you are crowdfunded by people. So if you're on Twitch, whatever, and you get your subs, and you live off your subs, fine. But soon, you've got to remember, it's not really properly kicked in yet. This health insurance thing and the world economy, it's not properly kicked in yet. It's kicked in a little bit, but not properly. And you've still got that to come. How stupidly expensive things are going to be. You know what I mean? I mean, look at the prices of these. Ridiculous. You can see yourself, and I'm not going to read them off. Just have a look. Look how expensive all these are right now. It's ridiculous. Even for like luxury items, these are just luxury items. They're not like needs. They're not things you need. So unless you've got a money pot, you've got a what's the name, a money rainbow in your garden and a pot of gold at the end of it, it's going to be hard times. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard times for people to keep up with the new stuff. It's bad enough with everything going up in price, especially after the scamdemic, as well, how everything just shot up in little silly things, and we're still reeling from that. So this is going to be worse. And gaming, I think, to be fair, I'm not saying doom and gloom. I think us as gamers should preserve what we have and stop trying to get the newest, latest thing at the wrong time. Now, when things calm down, if we get all prosperity for all, yes, let's spend. When we've got more money and there's more prosperity. But right now, where's the prosperity? Really? There isn't. You got the oil going up, it's probably going to be $200 a barrel. You guys that, live in the States especially are going to really, really feel it if you really, really rely on your vehicles to go where you're going, and here. But a lot of people use EVs here, so, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. You've just got to think about it and don't think it don't affect you. And, gamers, you need to be more clued into what's going on. Just politically, like fiscally, to do with finances. Just be a bit more clued up. This is just the start of it, with Sony putting these prices like this. Now, there'll be a point where people are just so poor, they won't be able to buy these things, so Sony will be wasting their time. They'll be wasting their time. Here you are, here's a PS5, for $1,000. Who's going to buy it when you've got to, like, live, when you're trying to live? Especially in America, especially to, my people in America, and I've got family over there, whatever, as well. It's like, it's you're going to have to put luxuries aside at some point. And these computer companies, well, these, Sony, all these companies, they just think people have got, like, endless pots of money. They don't. And they're not, like I said, the worst hasn't even begun yet. So all I say to gamers is just beware, stop thinking it's going to be all right, because it's not. For now anyway, it's not. But yeah, just be careful how your spending is, you know what I mean? Just be careful with your money, you know what I mean? Just be careful. And that's it. That's all I got to say, really. And keep an eye on what's going on, because you will feel it soon. If you're not feeling it now, believe me, you will feel it soon. This is not the end. So put your luxuries aside. There you go. I want number one, baby, number one. Yeah, put your luxuries aside for a bit, I would say, and just preserve what you've got. All right, until next time, take care.